Video looked like one ESPN analyst, Chiney Ogwumike, is breaking her silence about the WNBA not hiring any black.
An ESPN analyst just lit a fire under the WNBA, calling out the league for one of the most blatant issues of this entire offseason. Not a single black female head coach hired. And the timing? Absolutely brutal for a league that claims to stand for diversity, empowerment, and opportunity. So let's break down exactly what happened, and why fans are asking serious questions about what the WNBA truly values.
There is a shared experience, right? Across, it's not just for coaches. Black women get an opportunity, and it's not just like, oh, why aren't the black women getting the opportunity? It's also when they do get the opportunity, what is the nurturing of that black woman in that role when she has the opportunity? When this black woman has this seat as head coach, for me, is it she being supported and giving the chance to implement her system? Is she being given feedback? And is her vision and voice being supported? Or is she working within an organization where she's facing opposition? Can you imagine? How can you succeed when you're not getting wind beneath your wings? Or when you have to go, when it's opposition, you're trying to implement. I just want to make sure too that the bar doesn't get changed when we're talking about black women holding that seat. And I do think that happened. The bar got changed in the situation of the Chicago Sky. This is not about coming for Tyler Marsh's head. This is about the Sky franchise. Spoon was hired by the Chicago Sky October 12, 2023. She was fired September 26, 2024. That was less than a year. And if you actually look at WNBA seasons and like when she actually had time with the team, she had about 6 months with the franchise and with the players. It's a sign of a turbulent organization if you fire a coach after 6 months. You never gave them a real chance. Since they won that championship in 2021, they've had 4 coaches. So that's 4 coaches in 4 years. That's just a lot of turnover. Okay, the bar changed though, because Spoon finished 13-27. And even still, she had the support of franchise players. Angel Reese, other players were vocal about her. This season's team of the Sky, led by Tyler Marsh, finished even worse. 10-34, they tied for last. The results were worse. They also missed the playoffs. And obviously at the end of the season, there was a lot of dysfunction. Why was 13-27 for Spoon not acceptable, but 10-34 for another coach is? Why did the bar change? I feel that has to be called out. Why wasn't Spoon given a second season of continuity to implement and grow her system? We've got to keep an eye on that and call.
Jenna Gum from ESPN didn't sugarcoat anything. Out of the 5 new head coaching hires, not one is a black woman. Even more eyebrow-raising, 3 of the 5 hires came directly from the NBA pipeline. Coaches with no WNBA background and no connection to the women who built this league. That alone sparked a massive debate.
Look at this. Ta-da! I bet y'all noticed there is a new trend in the WNBA, a new pipeline for head coaches. It's the NBA. Friday, the New York Liberty announced that they chose to hire Golden State Warriors assistant Chris DeMarco as their next head coach. Now, what does this mean in the big scheme of things? Well, here are the pros. In my opinion, the ultimate goal is always for people to realize that basketball is just basketball, no matter who is playing, whether you're in the NBA or the WNBA. It's all good hoops. For a very long time, people thought that the standard for meaningful opportunity in this industry was being associated with the NBA. Trust me, I know this a little bit personally. The list with ties is starting to get super long. Becky Hammon, Natalie Nakase, Nate Tibbetts, Alex Sarama, Sonia Rahman, Tyler Marsh, and now Chris DeMarco. For additional context, there are more coaches in the NBA than there are players in the WNBA. So getting a promotion to head coach in the NBA, especially with how they recycle respected names, probably seems really difficult, nearly impossible. But you know what they say, money talks. With coaches now making well over $1 million, the WNBA is now becoming a destination for opportunity. I'm sure people are noticing that if you're not getting hired from the NBA, you're most likely now coming from college. Lynn Roberts, Carl Semesco, and Jose Fernandez. And this leads me to my cons. it's getting increasingly hard for aspiring coaches or even former players to win from within. Internally, the WNBA has some of the brightest minds. Christy Tolliver, Breon January, Karima Christmas Kelly, Lindsey Harding, who is currently with the Los Angeles Lakers. Entering last season, Noelle Quinn was the only Black female head coach in the entire WNBA, and now the count is at 0. Clearly, all eyes are on the WNBA and its head coaches, but I hope we also never forget who helped pave the way.
But the Liberty made it explode. New York fired Sandy Brondello, yes, the same coach who just won them a championship, and replaced her with longtime Warriors assistant Chris DeMarco. On paper, he's a strong hire, 12 years with Golden State, 4 rings, close ties to Steph and Clay. From a pure basketball resume, the guy checks every box. But here's the problem, he's now the third NBA-connected coach hired this offseason, joining Becky Hammon and Natalie Nakase. Add names like Nate Tibbetts and Tyler Marsh, whose NBA credentials didn't translate into WNBA success, and the trend becomes impossible to ignore. The WNBA is looking outside the league instead of promoting the women inside it.
I love a good unqualified man hire. Woo! I love it. I love it. Here's why I love it. I mean, obviously I'm being sarcastic. I don't love it. This is embarrassing. We're talking about things bigger than a nice person getting an opportunity. An opportunity that he is completely unqualified for. Completely unqualified for. And I don't want to hear about playing. Coaching is an experience that you have to have experience for. And we undermine it constantly by these hires. So what really bothers me is every time these unqualified, wildly unqualified hires happen, nobody wants to give it the attention that it deserves when we're talking about Black head coaches. You have no experience, none, zero, none, no experience in college or professionally. And what is the word that we always hear when it comes to Black coaches being hired? Oh, they just don't have enough experience. This is why when people start their whole production about, oh, everybody's politically correct now and everybody's so sensitive and you're always complaining about stuff. This, I don't know what's a better example of I can get a beer with this guy than this. This is a good old boys club if I had never seen it. And the next time we're talking about this, don't come to me, don't slide out of your...
And that's exactly where Jenna's critique hits home. Going into last season, Noelle Quinn was the only Black female head coach in the WNBA. This season, 0. A league built largely on the shoulders of Black women, now has none in head coaching roles. Let that sink in. Now, let's be fair, there are pros to hiring NBA talent. It raises visibility. It brings tactical innovation. It signals, we're big league too. And with coaching salaries finally reaching 7 figures, the WNBA is becoming a premium destination. But the downside, it's crushing the internal coaching pipeline. Former players and longtime assistants like Christy Sides, Tanisha Wright, Pokey Chapman, Cheryl Reeve know this league better than anyone. They've lived it. They've coached it. They've shaped it. Yet every time a team hires an NBA assistant, another qualified WNBA woman gets passed over.
An expansion team is named Cavs assistant Alex Sarama, first coach in team history. I just think that the WNBA is a copycat league, and WNBA has had success in coaches that have come from the NBA, but the problem that I have is a lot of the coaches that are going to come from the NBA are not going to be women. And in a league that is all women, I think that the coaching positions are kind of going back to men. And if everything is going towards NBA, do women walking in the door have a fair shot? I'm saying having it be a fair competition for women, and especially women of color, to have an opportunity to coach in the WNBA. And right now we have 0 African-American women that are head coaches. The NBA recognized that problem in the NBA with Black males, and Adam Silver implemented a number of rules in hiring and especially in the process of the interviews and the criteria and all that stuff. And now look, there's a number of men that are represented by the...
So is the WNBA racist? That's the wrong question. The real question is this: are the league's decisions harming the Black women who built and sustained it for nearly 3 decades? Because the pattern is undeniable. And no, this has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark causing anything. She didn't hire these coaches. She didn't make these decisions. But the timing of her rise and the league's shift towards seeking mainstream appeal has created tension. Her popularity has brought more attention, more money, more new fans, which is great, but here's the uncomfortable truth. When the spotlight finally arrived, it feels like the WNBA chose to elevate NBA names over its own women. That's the part that stings. The league is sending the message, intentionally or not, that WNBA experience isn't enough. That you need NBA validation to be taken seriously. That the women who built this league aren't as credible as men from another league, and that message is cutting out the very foundation of the WNBA. Black women, this isn't about one hire, or one team. It's about a pattern that tells young black women aspiring to coach, there might not be a path for you here. A pattern that overlooks former players who sacrificed and built the league during its hardest years, and a pattern that favors connections over community. So no, the question isn't, is the WNBA racist? The question is, why is the league making decisions that seem to push out the very women who created the WNBA's identity? This season's coaching carousel has exposed a harsh truth, intentional or not, the WNBA is prioritizing NBA ties over WNBA roots. And the people paying the price are the black women who carried this league on their backs for decades. If you want more real talk on league controversies and the stories that actually matter, make sure to like the video and subscribe.